Imagine you're cruising along, and suddenly a police officer stops you for speeding. Sounds routine, right? But what ensues is anything but expected. In Greenfield, Wisconsin, a routine traffic stop took an unusual twist. When the officer approached the car, he stumbled upon something shocking. This situation goes beyond mere speeding, it's about impersonation that left everyone puzzled. As the officer began the stop, he sensed something was off with the driver. The man boldly declared he was a police officer himself. Yes, you heard correctly. This individual elevated impersonation to an outrageous level. What transpired next was a series of probing questions aimed at uncovering the truth. The officer carefully collected information while maintaining his composure. He scrutinized the driver's demeanor and the equipment inside the car. This encounter serves as a prime example of how appearances can mislead on the road. It's vital to recognize signs of impersonation. A legitimate police officer will always present identification. Let's reflect on the essential lessons from this incident. First, remain vigilant during any traffic stop. Second, listen to your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Now that we've dissected this strange encounter, what's your next move? Subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories and advice on road safety. Remember to stay alert, informed, and keep watching until the end to uncover the full details of this bizarre story. As the officer approached the driver's window, he was greeted with a confident smile and a smooth demeanor. "I assure you, officer, I'm part of the local force," the driver claimed, adjusting his collar, seemingly unaware of the officer's growing suspicion. The officer raised an eyebrow, sensing tension in the air. "Can you show me your badge and identification?" he asked, his voice steady yet probing. The driver hesitated, panic flickering across his face as he scrambled for his wallet, evidently unprepared for this moment. He eventually produced a badge, but it appeared notably different from the standard issue. The officer examined it closely and noticed various discrepancies that only heightened the strangeness of the encounter. "This doesn't look like any badge I recognize," he stated firmly, his suspicions intensifying. The driver's confidence began to crumble, beads of sweat forming on his forehead, hinting that his story might be falling apart. As the officer continued to question him, the tension thickened, emphasizing how critical this moment was for both men. The delicate boundary between authority and deception was under examination, and the stakes increased with every passing second. "Why don't you tell me where you work?" the officer pressed, narrowing his eyes as he observed the driver's reaction. The man's bravado faltered, stuttering as he struggled to form a coherent answer. It's a new assignment, the precinct is. It's kind of complicated," he stammered, glancing around nervously. The officer noticed the shift. This was no longer just a speeding ticket, a potential crime was unfolding before him. The air felt charged with tension, each second pivotal as the officer pondered his next step. Would this impersonator crack under pressure, or could he maintain his facade a moment longer? Fully aware of the seriousness of the situation, the officer decided to escalate matters. "I need you to step out of the vehicle," he instructed, his voice firm yet calm. As the driver reluctantly obeyed, the officer braced himself to uncover the truth behind this peculiar encounter.